What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. We had the big update for DD2, and although I have gone through and have pretty much done all I want to do in the update, I have yet to knock out Chaos 8 Mastery. So here we are getting started on it. We're on the Gates of Dragonfall, and in this particular mastery mode, of course, our stars are Survive All Waves, Build No Trap type defenses, complete all phases with 10 or more different defenses, build no anti-air, and then earn all the stars in one attempt. So this one should be pretty easy pickings as far as going through and getting our 5 stars. We're going to bring along the monk here. This is my regular old nuke monk. However, I did switch and I'm using that runaway minecart as my third weapon mod. Everything else is still exactly the same as it's always been. Now, for this one, we're going to bring along some Flame Auras, a Boost Aura. We can't use the Sky Guard and the Lightning Strike Aura. For our EV, we're going to use some Proton Beams, a Reflect Beam, and a Buff Beam. On the Lavamancer, we're going to throw down a Fissure that's partially uncharted and an Oil Geyser that's uncharted, just to kind of fill in the gaps here. And then our main DPS is going to be the Skeletal Archer and Ramster. So we're going with double stacks of Mass Destruction with Double Tap. And then on the Ramster, we're just going Destruction, Deadly, and Vamp. So 10 different defenses. That's the 10 we're going to use. Let's go ahead and build it out and get things started. Now remember, when it comes to Mastery Mode is all about the shards. When Mastery Mode was first implemented, it was implemented without having mods in the game. So with that in mind, the mode was never balanced for mods. So literally any mods you use are going to just add to the overall build. As long as you have the right shards in place, even though you're going to be getting scaled down to an appropriate power level, your shards are still going to be at full power. So by all means, get all your shards before you get going on Mastery Mode here. Let's see. Let's just go one Buff Beam all the way across like that. And then we'll get what we need, that Proton in. Let's just throw a little Proton, say, right here. And then we'll reflect it. Now, a lot of these defenses I'm just going to be throwing down just to meet the requirements of the Mastery. Having the 10 different ones, and we're just going to go something like this, and we've got a Reflex in now. What else do we need? We need some Lavamancer action. We're going to throw in a Fissure right here, something like that, and then I'll just throw an Oil Geyser, say, right about there. So now we're down to only needing 2 more defenses. We've got, what? We've spent 310 DU, so we've got a little ways to go here. If we throw down a Ramster, say, right in the middle lane, that's going to leave me, what, 240. So that's going to allow me to put down, what, we should be able to do 5 archers, and then we're going to have 40 left over. What do we want to do with the 40? I may just end up throwing another Oil Geyser, I believe, in each lane, just to close it all out here. We'll throw like one there and one there. These, of course, will get spidered, and I'm not really sweating it. And then that leaves us with the archers. Now, we're going to be putting in lots of work on our monk on this one. Frostfire Remnants, although it's not what it used to be, it's still extremely powerful, and we are going to be taking advantage of that. Let's see, we need, what, 2? Let's just throw 2 archers over here. So this one is going to be a whole lot of tank and spank. I do feel like I could have used a little bit more range on my archers on this map, but we're just going to go with what we got here, and let's just let it fly. So we've got our 10 different defenses down. Now all we have to do is get through the map. So we're going to be putting in lots of work, like I said, with our monk. That runaway minecart is a very, very fun mod to add on. Its effectiveness, of course, is debatable, but it is super fun, and, you know, it is a game and all, so let's have a little fun while we're playing it. And we are getting through them here. So far, so good. Now, I think I'm just going to throw all of my upgrades onto the archers. The thing that really has me concerned with the archer range is the flyers, of course. The flyers or any dive bombers can completely ruin my day here if I allow them to. So, just going to make sure we're spraying everything down as it makes its approach here. And doing pretty well so far. So, all of the dive bombing type flyers, I am going to try to make sure I get those burned down. So, looking for the yellow flyers on the mini map here. But, not many mobs left. We are getting it done. So looking pretty good. Now, I think Mastery Mode is going to be pretty easy. It's a matter of just going through the motions here. As if you're doing Chaos 8 Mastery, you probably have all of your shards in order already. And shards are just such a huge aspect of the game. It really makes your Mastery experience. Now, let's see. Let's just dump everything into archers, I think. You know what? We'll even give the Ramster an upgrade. Why not? And there we go. Let's just go ahead and let it fly again. This stuff here is not really getting much done. I've got all this stuff placed here just to fulfill the 10 different defenses. I'll be doing that quite a bit on any of the maps that do require 10 defenses. There's just no reason to really bother going through and fine-tuning and setting up some of those defenses that aren't going to be doing the bulk of the work. So I'm going to let the archers shine on this one and just wreck it out. And yeah, we'll see how it goes here. So I did get 5 stars already on a map. I'm not even sure which one it was. I did it on stream on update launch day. I will replay that one again. That way this particular series and playlist is complete. Let's just continue to blast here. We got us a little siege roller action. We'll want to get on that guy as soon as it comes out. As soon as it gets its buttocks out far enough to take some damage here. I missed that flyer. We better get on this one. Okay, the siege roller is taking the long road here. So just let me get some Frostfire procced up on these other lanes, and then we'll go ahead and let this siege roller know who's boss. And siege roller down and wave complete. So far so good. Pretty smooth. Now this, of course, obviously it's an easier map to do. I'm sure I will run into more of a challenge on some of the later maps, but let's just go ahead and spam the upgrades just straight across. And let it fly here. Wave 3, 231 enemies. So not a ton of enemies on this one. Get that Frostfire up front this time. See if we can't get a little bit more damage out of it. The archers are just going to wreck anything that comes into their range. So good stuff there. Quite the powerful beast the archers have become in this recent update to DD2. That is for sure. I'm going to be using them quite a bit all the way through Mastery Mode here, just because it's been so long. You know, we've been spamming traps, R's, and nodes for such an eternity. It's kind of a breath of fresh air to have a different tower in a really good place where it just doesn't turn into so much of the same thing over and over and over again. Now, it'll get that way, of course, with the archers as well. However, we've got a little bit of variety now with towers being in such a good place. We got us another siege roller, this one in the mid. Oh, and I got wrecked. That's alright, we'll get him, we'll get him. Mid wind-up, too. How rude, huh? Siege rollers are just rude. Oh my gosh, I got wrecked again. That time it was my own fault. I was trying to sneak around it and get my crane stance stacked up. Let's see if we can't do it a little bit better this time. There we go. And we got the siege roller down that time around. I don't even think we need any more upgrades, so I'm just going to spam into whatever is in front of me when the mana pops and let it fly here. Wave 4, only 200 mobs. Now, with just having the 3 lanes and these mobs coming out in such tight little groups, it does make Frostfire really, really powerful in this situation. As, you know, Frostfire is all about the more mobs in the lane. So, although the map itself is not a very, very heavy map, there is a pretty nice bit of mob density in each of the lanes. Making it so Frostfire, really, you're going to get a payday off of it for sure. And how we doing? Looks like everything's doing pretty well. I just want to keep an eye out for those yellow flyers. We've got one coming in right now. Looks like we've got that guy dealt with. Assassins. The assassins got us. Quibbly just got melted by the archers. It looks like this ogre is going to get melted by the archers as well. So we're in pretty good shape there. It's just all about the assassins and these cobalt flyers. Alright, and what else? Let's see here. I think we'll just spam it. That one's already maxed. That one's maxed. We'll get that one jacked up there. And dump the rest. We'll get the rest of these max as well. You know what? Let's even do the Ramster. Just for giggles. That leaves us a little bit left. We can start working on this stuff, I guess, even though it's not really doing a ton. It is up there, but let's just go ahead and close out Wave 5. See if we can't get our 5 stars for this map. Now, the Hyper Shard, of course, you can get pretty easily just from doing 2 maps. Do the 2 primate incursions, and you get the Hyper Shard that's available in this mastery tier. So everyone's pretty much already going to have that, you would think. It's not worth going through mastery mode for the additional Hyper Shard on this one. I mean, it's always worth to get just for collector's sake, but you're already going to have it, and you really don't need 2 of them. So we're going to get it, though. And we're down to less than 100 mobs now. We got another siege roller coming over on this side. That ogre is just going to get melted by the archers, so I'm going to ignore that one. And then we got a Plaguing Hawk in the middle as well. That siege roller, of course, is taking their sweet time. It'll get out eventually. Let's get this mage down. Don't need a bunch of skellies popping all over the place. Plaguing Hawk's just going to get annihilated by the archers as well. So let's just go ahead and put a little work into this guy. And that's it. We got us a 5-star win in mastery mode here. The first one of the series. Now, I am going to go through and do every map, so I'll put this all in a playlist once I get a few more maps done. However, that is the Gates of Dragonfall in Chaos 8 Mastery. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.